Now to the war in Ukraine. The fighting has intensified and there are reports of heavy casualties. This is the fallout of Ukraine's much talked about counter-offensive. It's been on for about 2 weeks now. Kiev claims 8 villages have been liberated from Russian occupation. These are primarily in two directions, the eastern Donetsk region and the southern Zaporizhia. Ukraine says it's slowly but steadily making progress. But Russia seems to have dug its heels in. Moscow says the Ukrainians are suffering heavy casualties as they try to make their way forward. Here's the latest.
Today, on the 18th of June, the forces of 128th Assault Brigade and the 2nd Separate Rifle Battalion chased out the Russians. The Russians ran away, leaving equipment and ammunition. Glory to Ukraine.
Ukraine's military released this video on social media yesterday. The troops claim to have liberated a village from Russian control. The troops are waving the yellow and blue flag and shouting glory to Ukraine. But the celebrations could have been premature. The village's name, Piatti Katki, roughly translates to 5 houses. It's quite small, and it may not even be in Ukraine's hands. While a Russian official acknowledged that Piatti Katki village has been retaken by Ukraine, but the official also claimed that Kyiv's troops were later pushed out of the village. Russia says the village is now in a grey area of control. And this disputed liberation reportedly came at a high price. Russian military bloggers say that both Ukraine and Russia suffered heavy losses around the village, both in terms of soldiers and equipment. Moscow keeps announcing Ukrainian casualty numbers.
Over 200 Ukrainian servicemen, 33 tanks, 30 infantry fighting vehicles, and 35 armored fighting vehicles were destroyed in the course of hostilities in the Zaporizhia direction alone in a day.
Russia maintains that Ukraine's counteroffensive is faltering. It doesn't talk much about its own losses, though. The British Defence Ministry has been monitoring the war. It says both countries are suffering high casualties. It also says that Ukraine's gains have been small. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky himself acknowledged the difficulties his troops are facing, especially around Zaporizhia.
It is high time to express our gratitude to all our warriors, to those who have distinguished themselves this week. The Tavria direction is the most brutal one.
The word Tavria refers to the southern front. Zelensky called it brutal, but despite the brutality, he doesn't seem disheartened. He even issued a warning to Russia.
Russia will lose the captured territories. There is no and will be no alternative to our steps towards deoccupation. Our troops are advancing, position by position, step by step. We are moving forward.
This means the war is about to enter another prolonged, deadly phase. No matter the cost, Zelensky seems determined to go through with the counteroffensive. A lot of people on both sides will end up losing their lives, and there might not be many pieces left to pick up. Despite this, Ukraine is already planning its recovery. It wants a green Marshall Plan to rebuild its economy. This is a reference to the aftermath of World War II. Under the original Marshall Plan, the US transferred billions to Western Europe to help it rebuild. Ukraine wants a new green version of that. Green how? Kyiv plans to rebuild its destroyed industries in a sustainable manner. The focus is on steel. Ukraine says its destroyed steel plants will be rebuilt and powered by renewable energy. As part of this Green Marshall Plan, Kyiv has asked for $40 billion. This request will be debated in London on Wednesday. Ukraine and Britain are co-hosting a 2-day meeting there. But any decision on this will most likely come into effect only after the war is over. And $40 billion is just an initial request. The World Bank estimates that Ukraine's reconstruction will cost $411 billion. So it's a long road ahead for Ukraine. And the first step to rebuilding is the toughest one. The war has to end.